Okay, so for homemade empanadas, it says draw a diagram and write a multiplication equation to represent each of the following situations. Then answer the question. May had 4 empanadas. In each empanada, she put 2.5 cups of meat. So here you're going to draw a diagram. Make sure your diagram shows the 4 empanadas and make sure it shows how much meat is in each one. Then you have a multiplication equation. It may help to remember to think about this is blank groups of blank. So you're going to write a multiplication sentence like that. And then altogether, how many cups of filling does she need for the empanadas? So here, you're going to use your diagram to figure out how much filling there is total. On our next page, it says Han had some empanada dough. He put 3/4 cup of filling in each crust, using a total of 6 3/4 cups. So first, we're going to draw a diagram, and in each crust or each empanada, we need to put 3/4 cups of filling. And we should make sure that we have a total of 6 3/4 cups. Again, we're going to write a multiplication equation, and it might help you to think about groups of. And then here at the end, you're going to write how many empanadas he made. The last one says Priya filled 5 empanadas using a total of 7.5 cups of filling. So you're going to draw a diagram that shows the 5 empanadas, and it should also show that you're using 7.5 cups total. You're going to write a multiplication equation. That might help to think about groups of. And at the end, you're going to write how many cups of filling are in each empanada. Last, on the back, we have this section called Making Arroz y Frijoles. So it says, to make lemonade, Amelia needs 15 teaspoons of sugar. She uses a tablespoon to measure, so each tablespoon, that's a tablespoon, holds 3 teaspoons of sugar. So will she need more than 1 scoop or less than 1 scoop to measure the sugar? 1 scoop has 3 teaspoons. So are you going to need more than that or less than that to measure the whole 15 teaspoons? Then you're going to write a multiplication equation and a division equation that represent the situation. And last, you're going to say how many tablespoons will Amelia need to measure all 15 teaspoons. It might help to draw a diagram. You could use like this as the beginning of your diagram. Number 2 says, to make 1 batch of rice and beans, Kieran needs 26 ounces of rice. The only measuring tool he has is a 4-ounce scoop. Will Kieran need more than 1 scoop or less than 1 scoop to measure all the rice? And then here you're doing again a multiplication equation and a division equation that represent the situation. And last, it says how many scoops will it take to measure the 26 ounces of rice? If you get stuck, draw a diagram. So I might start my diagram showing the scoop. This one's 4 ounces. And I'm going to keep going to figure out how many scoops I need to get up to 26 ounces. On the back, the last question says, the recipe calls for 14 ounces of beans. To get that amount, Kieran uses 4 bags of beans. So you're going to write a mathematical question that could be asked about this situation. What do you think the rest of this question could be if this was on a math test or on a math worksheet? And then B, what might the equation 14 divided by 4 represent in Kieran's situation? And you're going to find the quotient. Remember, the quotient is the answer to a division problem, and show your reasoning. It will probably help you to draw a diagram if you get stuck.